What's up, YouTube? And welcome back after a long hiatus to episode 23 of Snap, Crackle Pod. I'm Ryan Wood alongside Trevor. You're looking shredded like some wheat out there. What have you been up to lately?
Okay, Captain Crunch, good to see you too. It's been a minute. I'm glad that we're back in action. Unfortunately, I got a little distracted on a side quest to get really good at chess. I pretty much missed a whole season of Snap, but hey, we're back, better than ever, and we're just gonna keep moving forward. What's new with you, my guy?
Yeah, not too much. It's also been busy. For those who don't know, I work in sports in Pittsburgh, and it was busy times with Pirates and Penguins at the same time, but the Penguins had their exit from the playoffs, so I'm back to a little bit of controlled chaos and, still playing Snap, still loving it. Got to Infinite this season pretty quickly, quicker than I have been lately, so that was nice. And just looking forward to the rest of the season and to talking some Snap with you because I really enjoy doing that. It helps get my thoughts in order, and I like talking to you, my boy.
Yeah, I like seeing you more than I like talking. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
That's more than I can say for most people. Most people don't like to see me.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, for whatever reason, I still have this weird mullet haircut. So, you know what? It kind of fits the pod. I don't know, but I'll be getting a haircut this weekend. For real this time. I've said that like 6 times, but I'm ready to get my haircut.
All right. Well, let's, since we've been gone, we kind of, like you said, skipped over a whole season. So, the Strife season, we don't really have to get into that too much. But now that we're back, we're in the Shadowlands Daredevil Crimson Twilight season. What have you been up to this week? What have you been playing in Snap?
First off, I do want to talk about Strife because I did try to use him a lot in a deck. I tried so many times. Now that I'm thinking about it, I actually played way more than I told you because I probably played a good 20 or 30 games trying to get that card to work. But I didn't want to look anything up. I didn't want to see what people were playing deck-wise with him. I was just like, I'm going to figure this card out. I never figured that card out. So
what did you try?
Like what was like the meta with it?
Well, so Strife, let's pull them up here. For those who aren't familiar, Strife was the season pass card last month, 4/6 objective. Play 3 on reveal cards. You then use it to use the highest cost on reveal in your hand. For Strife, I was playing it a lot in a Pixie deck the meta with Strife ended up being Fin Fang Foom, because Fin Fang Foom is the highest cost card in your hand, and Strife would then be a second Fin Fang Foom for you. It ended up getting to be like a 4/18 or whatever, and that's pretty good. However, we'll talk about it later, in the OTA Fin Fang Foom got nerfed, and Strife's play rate has also kind of plummeted too. So not really meta right now. I think that there's still a lot of room for experimentation because on reveals are so prevalent in the game. But I haven't really used it in much else. It still works with Fin Fang Foom, just not as well.
Yeah, I really tried to play this in a lot of different styles. I did think Destroy originally, but that usually came back to bite me in the butt. So then I tried some combination with Odin with other on reveals, and that was okay, but I had a pretty low win rate with it. But to answer your actual question, what I've actually been up to since I got the new season pass and all that, I don't know if it was this season or last season, the Polaris card.
Yeah, that was this season.
That's this season. I ended up getting that card, and I've been playing around with that because I like a good Affliction deck. And this plays nicely into an Affliction deck style. There's actually a card I believe we're talking about today. Mrs. Bullseye? Lady Bullseye.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for that one because I think I just love Affliction. I don't know. It's so much fun to me. So I built a deck around this Polaris card, and it's actually been going really well. It's very similar to that Beef deck we made in the past. Like I'm trying to pull some big cards down.
Yeah.
I have that in combination with... not Jubilee. The other one that's similar to
Dragon Lord?
Dragon Lord. Yeah, I've been using Dragon Lord. So it's a very similar Beef style, but a little bit more. Yeah.
I love that. I've been trying to figure out a place to put this card because I like the idea of it, but I don't really want to play Affliction because I don't really want to be pulling down certain things in there. I want to pull down big things. I'm so in love with it with the beef. I still play the beef deck. It's still good. Whenever I just feel like, oh, I'll just jam some stuff and get some wins, I still pull it out. So this card's cool. I'm glad you're having a fun time with it. I need to experiment with it more.
It's also just a sick artwork as well. Like, I love this card.
Yeah.
So since the new season's come out, what have you been mostly rocking?
So I have been playing so I started off using Shadowlands Daredevil, and I got through the 70s, through the 80s with it. I could pull the deck up since we're talking about it. This is a little bit of a looser episode. So I did a deck guide on it too. This is the Shadowlands Daredevil deck that I've been playing. Basic idea, make everything in the deck have Shadowlands Daredevil go off. So everything is 6 power or more except King Eitri and Techno-Organic Virus. And then from there, Techno-Organic Virus turns off Martyr and Lizard at the end of the game. And you're just getting Shadowlands Daredevil huge. You're playing Eliath because you usually have priority at the end of the game. Wilson Fisk is also here because he's going to be a 3/9 most of the time. And the deck was pretty good. The problem I had was most people were playing Shadowlands Daredevil because it was the start of a season. And other people were just playing Martyr and Lizard too. So it was a little harder to get priority.
Yes.
So that I enjoyed the deck, but the gameplay got a little samey to me with everybody playing that style of thing. So I ended up pivoting to a Karen Page deck, which we'll talk a little bit about Karen Page, but the idea here was just to kind of buff everything. So play a 1-drop, play a 2-drop, play a 3-drop. They all scale. So I'm going to be making Lasher bigger, and then that's going to make something else. So it's like double buff on that. Same with Captain Carter, Maverick, and then Wolverine was buffing the whole board. So this deck was cool. This got me a little further into the 90s. And then I finished off my Infinite Climb with, what did I play? Oh, yeah, I went back to an old favorite deck, which is Mr. Negative Man Spider. And this got me the rest of the way to Infinite this season. It's just straight up Mr. Negative that we wait and play out an entire Man Spider, Absorbing Man, Arnim Zola combo on the last turn. And that was just good enough.
Nice. Looks good. Yeah, I saw the community spotlight deck that was posted on Marvel Snap whenever I went on. But my biggest thing is I can't really make the shadow, the new Daredevil, whatever. I don't know the exact terminology.
Yeah.
I can't really pull it off without King Eitri. So I was just like, I'm not going to make a deck with it right now. I'll figure it out down the road.
Yeah. I will say one of my favorite things about Marvel Snap is cards like King Eitri, totally unplayable pretty much. And then Shadowlands Daredevil comes out and now that card is played all the time. So I do love how cards get new life from, these little synergies that work really well with it.
Like Debris and Aussie Man.
That's right. Although
I can't keep bringing that up. I need to move forward. Okay, I will play that deck every here and there, but I need a new Aussie to focus on.
Well, maybe you'll find it in this month's cards. Let's move on and start off with a little bit of a discussion about Shadowlands Daredevil. Since we already started on this, so I'll just kind of jump right into it. This card is pretty strong. The only concern I have with Shadowlands Daredevil is what deck does this really go in other than the one that everybody is playing? Like the deck that I came up with is really close to the deck that everybody else came up with. Like there are some minor changes with what 6 power plus cards you decide to play, but it's a priority deck. It's a Techno-Organic Virus deck. That's what it does. Where else do you really play this? Because you're diluting your deck, I don't think it has another home. I think you need to be playing Virus and playing King Eitri, and that's kind of it.
Yeah, I've only played a limited amount of matches, but so many of them. I was so confused. Like, people were playing Martyr and Lizard. I'm like, what is going on? Like, I've never seen this combination before, and then I realized what it was for. And then I just realized that everybody was playing it. So I don't know if there's another home for it outside of this. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen any variation other than like a couple cards changing out from the deck that was in the community spotlight. But yeah, I mean, it does seem like it's a good and it's a fun card. Gaining +2 power is, big for a 2/3. So
Yeah, it's strong. I just don't know where it will continue to be played after the kind of initial season hype dies down. But I like it. I like that Daredevil has a version that people play more because he's a cool character. And I think they did a good job making this the season pass card. I'm pretty happy with it.
have you watched any part of the show?
No. And reason being, we never, Kimber, my wife and I never watched the original run on Netflix of Daredevil, and I kind of feel like I'm missing context. One day we're going to go back and kind of get caught up and watch like a recap, and then we'll get into Daredevil Born Again.
Okay. And you're killing me with these baby variants, man.
Listen,
Big forehead, big heads.
you know me, I don't enjoy them, but I also don't like rocking the base variant, and this is the only Daredevil variant I have right now, so that's what it is.
Total Zeeb.
I'm gonna get there. Yeah, we're that being said, let's move on to our next card, which I do not have a baby variant equipped for. Wilson Fisk. There's this one, but I'm not using that. Wilson Fisk. Now, I started something new on my YouTube channel this month where I was doing a tier list of the upcoming cards for the season. It helps me get my head around everything. And Wilson Fisk, I put in the D tier, I think. Put it as my worst card of the season, and I will say I think I was wrong. I think this card, I tend to get a little fatigued by cards that are just straight stat sticks, and it's like, oh, it's a 3/9, like whatever. And that's true, but man, a 3/9 is still pretty big. As long as you're playing anything early with big power, this card's pretty easy to get to a 3/9, and that just helps you continue the priority of the downhill, game plan. So it's really good because of Shadowlands Daredevil, but I do think that this card is, in any kind of priority meta, just going to be pretty darn good and better than I anticipated.
Yeah, Wilson Fisk is like a bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios, in my opinion. You pour it in the morning and you're a little bit disappointed because you want that sugary, like real sugary cereal in the back with the marshmallows or something like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't have quite the allure, but you know what? It gets the job done. It still tastes pretty good. And, it's a heart health. Well, supposedly, I guess that's regular Cheerios.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to be quiet. I'm using too many cereal references.
It's okay. I liked it. I appreciated it. And I'm sure you've seen this card around a bit. I don't think you have it, but,
Yes. I don't particularly like that I can't see his eyes, and it freaks me out.
Oh, yeah. There's not much going on in the eye region there. You know what? Not in this one either. It's just character design,
It's
I
all
guess.
brow.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's enough to be said about Wilson Fisk, really. Let's move on to our next card. And Karen Page, I think I'm higher on than most people. I do understand that if you just look at it from a +6 power, 4/5, so like a 4/11 in stats, seems kind of just fine, especially when you compare it to other cards like Gwenpool or, Galacta, cards that cost 4 but give you buffs to your cards in hand or on the board. I just like the play pattern here. I like playing out an Agony and then playing like a Ascani-san and then Maverick and then having Karen Page hit them all. Then I like Grandmastering the Karen Page so it goes across again.
I was just about to say you get that
Yeah.
2 costs in there with a Grandmaster, let it happen again. I was just, yep.
Yeah. But the deck that I've been playing with this too, I like playing Chavez on 1, Grandmastering that, and then playing a 3, and then Karen Page can still hit the Grandmaster on the other side. I also think this card is best friends with the Wolverine Horseman of War because you can usually get Wolverine up with a Maverick or Agony, and then that continues just your buffs across the board. It's just a fun, different low ball style of buff deck, and I just enjoy it. I think it's a cool card, even if it's not the strongest card in the game, and the deck I play has no tech, so if somebody goes way over the top, I'm just kind of screwed. I still like the card, and I'm glad they made it.
You know what this artwork reminds me of?
April O'Neil?
No. when we went to do karaoke on Ocracoke, and I was being handed a mic from the DJ, and I'm about to drop the hardest karaoke cover of "Come Sail Away" by Styx. This is literally what I envisioned as I was about to take the mic. Like, it's that hardcore.
Yeah, you did bring that on yourself.
I did. I did.
You chose the song, but it's a good reference. Thoughts on the card?
Oh yes, Marvel Snap. Right. So my comment had to do with Grandmaster as well. Like, I really like that synergy. But yeah, I mean, like you said, like a Galacta with a little bit more versatility, and with it being on reveal rather than end of turn, pairing it with something that can activate that on reveal again makes this a little bit more Lucky Charms like, not so Honey Nut Cheerios.
You're on a roll, man. You're on a cinnamon roll. All right.
Cotton.
All right. 2 more cards to talk about before we get into upcoming cards. This recent release, Punisher War Machine. I had this as my S tier card of the month. So far, that has not bared out really at all. However, I'm having a blast playing it. 2/2. When drawn, mark one of your empty locations. It then has an objective. If you win that location, only when this is on the board, by the way, you get +1 max energy. So think of it like an Electro that you can get going on turn 2. The problem is you got to make sure you're winning that location, and it was empty to begin with. So if you draw this on the first turn, you can then play Martyr or something big, and then play Punisher War Machine the next turn, and be pretty sure you're going to get +1 max energy. I thought it would be a little more generally applicable, but do you want to guess where I am playing Punisher War Machine and having success?
There's so many cards in the game, Ryan. I'm just coming back. I don't know. I don't know your brain on this one.
So the only reason I asked is because I think you know some of my favorite deck styles.
Fallen One.
No, although I like the idea. I'm playing it in Galactus because you get to play Martyr, you get to play all these things, and then go into Punisher War Machine so you can play your Galactus early. This deck is an old Galactus deck that I've been tuning over time. I played Krackle in the slot, but Punisher War Machine is basically redundancy. Jennifer Kale's here for extra energy. Luna Snow's here for extra energy. Punisher War Machine is another way to get that sometimes. But even if you don't, what it's great at is making opponents play in that lane to try to stop your extra energy. And that's them playing less cards in the lane you're actually going to Galactus. So I think it's perfect for a Galactus deck, and been enjoying it there.
All right, and all your variants are so sick and everything like that. And then there's just Punisher War Machine with the frames.
Dude, listen, I'm going to get a better variant one day, okay? I just got to...
Step your game up, brother.
There's only so many. It's a brand new card.
All right, my bad.
All right, that's Punisher War Machine. And our final card of the cards that have already released. This one is a little cheating because it actually just came out today. Akari. This is in the new limited time game mode Sanctum Showdown Surge, a delicious citrus-based version of Sanctum Showdown, as it was called. Akari is a 4/12 that you can only play where an enemy is afflicted with negative power. And your eyes should already be lighting up here, Mr. Affliction. This is a pretty cool... Yeah. This is a pretty cool...
Mr. Affliction?
Yeah, it's a pretty cool Affliction card. Oh boy. Oh no. It seems like class is in session for Mr. Affliction.
It's on the board. It's official. New nickname, oh boy. Mr. Affliction. Oh boy. I'm rusty. Oh my gosh. Mr. Affliction.
So here's the deal. This card is available for free if you play enough Sanctum Showdown Surge. So I want you to get Akari, put it in your Polaris deck, make it happen.
Is it for free or for free?
For free.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
I'll get right on that cat.
Okay. Thoughts on Akari?
Love it. Kind of similar to you and what you said for Mr. Fisk earlier.
Yeah.
Its ability isn't doing anything crazy, but 412 is still a 412. That's some decent power, and if you have an enemy afflicted with negative power, you're probably getting a significant jump on your side compared to your opponent. So, you know what? I'm cool with it. I'll be playing it. I'll get it.
I think it's cool with Scorpion because you're kind of seeding their hand with a bunch of negative stuff and increasing your chances of being able to play it on any location based on what they play.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So, pretty cool card. It is completely destroyed by Luke Cage, but
I was about to say, what if they have Luke Cage?
Yeah, then you can't play the card at all unless, Trevor, you got Polaris on the board. You're still playing. Oh, no, wait. Then they won't have Affliction. Luke Cage is just screwing you over. I don't know. Dragon Lord, whatever.
Technically, if my cards are afflicted, then technically Polaris would still go off.
Oh, you know what? That was my first idea with Polaris, to make a self-affliction deck that doesn't do anything to their side. But I never ended up building the deck. I think that's a really cool idea.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, we'll see. Maybe we'll work something up on that. All right, well, let's move on and talk about the next few cards coming out this month. There's only 3, so not a lot
Lady
left.
Bullseye, Lady Bullseye.
We'll definitely get to Lady Bullseye, but first,
Lady
Muse.
Bullseye.
I kind of put them in the wrong order, I think, on my document for this, but Muse is the next card releasing. This one comes out on the 19th. It's a 3/3 ongoing, +3 power for each location where one of your cards has been destroyed. So you figure this card at most, without any ongoing shenanigans, could be a 3/12, which, hey, that's the same power as Akari if you're doing enough destroy stuff. What do you think about Muse?
It's going to be a 3/9 tops. Well, what if you have Squirrel?
Squirrel Girl, Killmonger.
Yeah. Killmonger combination. That's an idea. It's a possibility because that's an easy. Or Shauna, maybe. No, maybe not Shauna. I don't know. I'm barking up the right tree. Yeah. I feel like it could be a fun card. If you could get it to 3/12, that's pretty strong. Maybe even not a Silver Surfer. Cerebro, C3 deck.
You could do a Surfer. You could do a Surfer Destroy sort of deck, maybe. That could be cool.
I don't know. I'm trying to think too much, but anyways, I'm cool with the card. It's like a B for me.
Yeah, I like Muse. I think I ended up rating it as a B as well. I think it's just going to be pretty big, a lot bigger than average, and this ongoing text is pretty key. You could play Moonstone in your deck, and Moonstone is going to get a giant buff too from the Muse. So yeah, I don't know. I'm cool with it.
I shall now be rating every card based on cereals, Fruit Loops.
All right, Muse's Fruit Loops. You heard it here first. Next card. This one releasing, there you go, Lady Bullseye, May 26th to Series 5. On reveal, that's a 2/2. Afflict an enemy card with -2 power. Repeat on a different enemy for each of your unspent energy. And that is unspent energy on the turn you play Lady Bullseye. I'm going to let you take this one.
You're going to let me take this one. Well, Lady Bullseye, first off, got a sword, got a fan. You can't beat that, man. That's classic stuff right there. No, but I mean, any affliction card is cool with me. It'll be interesting to figure out what to do with the unspent energy part of it. I feel like there could be a good combination there. I don't know. At a 2/2, I feel like this could be pretty versatile. I like it. It's probably... Now, I need to give a little caveat or preface this a little bit because my favorite cereal, I'm an old man. Raisin Bran Crunch is my favorite cereal. So you know what? I'm giving her a Raisin Bran Crunch. But to most people, that's probably straight trash. So I probably should say something like a Reese's Puffs or something like that. But I'm sticking to my guns. I'm saying Raisin Bran Crunch.
Can I hit you with an Oreo-O's? You know, got the right color scheme, a classic cereal that kind of, I don't know, Zero Affliction, something there. I think the design of this card is really cool. I like how it plays with unspent energy in a different way. I will say the ability is a little bit capped the way that I read it. Let's say that you tried to play this in a deck with Fallen One and you're trying to get like a ton of energy and then, you know, make it be unspent and just do a lot of negative affliction. The problem is it's only going to repeat on as many different enemies as your opponent has, is the way I read it. Because it says repeat on a different enemy for each of your unspent energy. So let's say you get like 25 unspent energy. It's only going to do, you know, one time for each of your opponent's stuff and then stop because there's no more different enemies to hit. That's my read on it. So I think that's interesting.
Why did they phrase it a different enemy? I don't feel like I've ever seen that phrasing before. An enemy?
I believe it's for that reason, and also because I think that's how Bullseye is worded. I think when Bullseye does its activate, it only goes to each enemy character or whatever once at most. So
I was going to say, what if you're playing your opponent and they have Jeff? Jeff's not an enemy.
Jeff is a friend to us all. We're not going to get into it this episode, but there is a Jeff season pass coming next month.
Oh,
so
my goodness.
Jeff the baby dolphin, I think. Yeah.
You better grab your inner tube because we're going swimming with Jeffrey.
We are. One more card coming this season. Stick. This is a Series 4 limited time game mode card coming in whatever the next limited time game mode of this month that's escaping me right now. Maybe Grand Arena. Stick is a 4/3 that a lot of people are very scared of. It has an on reveal. Give the next card you play power equal to this card's power. I understand why people are worried. They see this getting buffed up a lot, then it's passing its buff on, which has been an issue in the meta with Maverick and all that nonsense, show Lao type stuff. I think it's going to be a little weaker than people think just because it's 4 power, or 4 cost. That's a little bit expensive and maybe a little bit slow based on how you're running this style of deck, but I might be completely wrong.
My brain instantly went to Iron Man, I guess. If you're playing this on turn 4 and then you're playing Iron Man on turn 5 and this got buffed somehow to a 5 or a 7 and you're doubling that with Iron Man automatically in combination with another card.
Yeah.
That could be a little broken. I could see that.
That seems pretty good. I'm sure that people are going to find a way, much smarter people than me are going to find a way to make this absolutely disgusting. I just don't quite see it, and it's not exactly my play style. I'm more of a throw stuff on the board and Karen Page it, but we'll see. We'll see how Stick lands. I'm sure it's going to be better than I anticipate. He's got a stick, by the way.
Man-Spider?
Man-Spider's really interesting. Yeah, you basically double the buff on Man-Spider. I love that idea, actually. You have to find a way to get extra energy first. Because ideally you want to play Man-Spider on turn 4. So you can Absorbing Man on 5 and Arnim Zola on 6. But maybe you could go Martyr into Punisher War Machine, into Stick, into Man-Spider.
How much does Wave cost?
3.
That wouldn't work.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Okay, sorry.
No, you know what? I appreciate that. There's maybe something there. We'll have to see. All right, so that's all the cards for this season. So let's talk about some OTAs before we get to our blind rankings. Yes, we should clap for us. I agree. So first things first, we missed a pretty giant OTA that happened back on the 30th. This one. we've got Maria Hill going. This is not the giant part, but we'll talk about it first since it's first on the board here. Maria Hill just got a little buff to a 1-3 from a 1-2, so nothing thrilling there that we need to talk about. Here's a big one. Fin Fang Foom, a podcast favorite of ours, goes from a 7-10 to a 7-12, which you're thinking, great, a buff. Like, what's the problem? But instead of gaining the power of the front row enemy cards, it now only gains the power of one front row enemy card. And the problem is, to me, is if it said gain the power of the largest front row enemy card, I'd be totally fine with that. The problem is, like, if your opponent has a 1 power and a 10 power there, you have no idea what's going to happen. It's so unpredictable whether you're going to solo the lane and win it with Fin Fang Foom or lose. And for a 7 cost card, that's just, it makes it so much less playable.
Right. Rip.
Yeah, it's sad. It still works in Beef. I've still played it in Beef a little bit, but it's definitely a lot worse.
Rest in peace to Lean Beef.
Indeed. Agony gets a nerf down to 1-2, which Agony was so...
Agony!
Agony was gross at 1-3. It never should have been 1-3. 1-2 is much more in line with what this card is doing, because it's basically duplicating that most of the time, passing it along to Maverick. Still, Agony is still a good card, I think, even with this.
Yeah, right. Sorry. Yep.
You agree. Captain
agree.
Captain Marvel and Martyr both get buffs up to 4-6 and 1-6 respectively. This, I think, Martyr change was made because Shadowlands Daredevil was imminently releasing. Makes total sense. Makes it perfect in that deck. And Martyr was already a pretty good card, just being something to play early. It can obviously mess you up later, but there's plenty of ways to turn that off. Invisible Woman First Steps and other cards get changed from this turn your end of turn abilities double to repeat. This is actually a pretty big change because it changed the text on Onslaught as well, and most doublers in the game to be repeat, which doesn't do anything the first time something doubles or repeats, but then instead of it kind of getting multiplicative and going crazy, it really caps the number of times. Instead of being like a times 18, it's like a times 6, if that makes any sense. Doing stuff like my Mr. Fantastic, Onslaught, Moonstone deck. It doesn't do the same crazy high power anymore.
Good.
Ha! Jerk. No, it is good, honestly. It's healthier for the game as a whole, I think, to kind of curb that power potential on stuff like Onslaught.
Listen, I don't need all the fast forwarding. I get tired of that.
You know what? Understandable. End of turn decks were overtuned in that regard. 2 more Titans of the meta got big nerfs. Sholau the Undying goes from up to a 5-8. However, instead of giving the last character you played +3 power for each turn you played 2 or more cards, it's now +2, which obviously the more times that happens, the less power that is over time. And Star-Lord no longer gains power whenever you play it. It just gives you the extra energy for each turn you skipped some energy. Thoughts on these 2 giant nerfs?
I think Sholau was long overdue.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I almost feel like it's a little too late, but I don't know. Maybe that's just my opinion because I don't see Sholau as much at my pitiful rank. But Star-Lord, they just keep throwing this card around like a rag doll. I can't keep up with all the updates.
My guess is this is the last change to Star-Lord for a good long while, because that really hurt its meta dominance. It's still, if you want to play it as a card that gives you extra energy, it still does that, but it's no longer going to be a great Arnim Zola target because it's just going to move 5-7 around the board. You'll get the extra energy twice, but this thing was getting to like 5-18, which is just insane, and then just too much. So I think that's fine. The last change is Archangel, Horseman of Death, goes to a 2-4, and also gives the card that you resurrect plus 5 power instead of plus 4. So essentially 2 power overall on this card extra. I still think it doesn't really work in Destroy how you want it to, just because the cards you want to give that power to, they don't stay dead, so you can't really resurrect them like Deadpool and whatnot. Trevor agrees. That's the big OTA. There's some smaller changes in the next one that I'll just go over real quick. Basically, all these cards you see here, Ares, Silver Samurai, Starhawk, Kraglin, Zombie Captain Marvel, Spider-Man Noir, Major Victory, and Agent Coulson all got +1 power buffs. So, nothing thrilling there. Any thoughts on any one of these cards?
I feel like a lot of these aren't played at all. I feel like you might like the Agent Coulson and Major Victory. I know you were playing around with the Major Victory deck.
No. I don't think so.
Apologies, never mind.
That's okay. Major Victory. Maybe I played it in Sanctum Showdown or something.
I don't know. I know you're an Agent Coulson simp though, so enjoy your buff.
I will enjoy it. Okay. None of these changes move the needle really. They change Cerebro stuff sometimes, although most of these cards scale, so I guess it doesn't really change Cerebro. I don't know. It's fine. I don't mind when they do this, especially coming off the heels of a really big OTA. It's fine for them to do some more basic things like that. Trevor, that moves us into our blind rankings. Would you like to go first?
Why not?
Alrighty. I'm excited.
Let me get my list.
I'm excited for your list.
No, I feel like I picked 5 not super exciting cards, but we'll see what the heck happens.
All right.
All right. Number 1, first up to bat. Aurora.
O'Neal Cruz. Look at you with your Pirates drops. All right, let's talk about Aurora. I really like Aurora. I'm going to give it a 2. I enjoy this card quite a bit.
Dos for Aurora. How many R's are in Aurora?
Just 2. Sleeping Beauty.
You should ask Chat.
Aurora.
You should ask ChatGPT how many R's are in Strawberry.
Don't do
On
the
to
strawberry
the
thing. Yeah, I know. Okay, what you got?
On to the next. We have a card that I actually saw in one of your decks here that you showed today. I was surprised. Lizard.
You were surprised by Lizard? We've talked about Lizard. It's great with Shadowlands Daredevil.
Lizard.
Alan Lazard here, favorite target of Aaron Rodgers. This card is going to get a big old fat 4 from me. Not willing to put it at 5, but 4.
Rip. Next is a card that I really want to like, and I feel like I do like it because it's a little bit different. It's a hybrid, Mr. Wildchild.
Okay. Wildchild's cool, man. I also want to like this card. I'm trying to make this work in a Sarah deck, but as you can see, I've not even upgraded it once. It's a 2/9,
That's
dude.
fine, gentlemen.
It's a 2/9, though. I don't think I can give it a 5. We'll go 3. We filled up the 2, 3, 4. I'm putting you in a good position here.
Yes, sir. We'll see what happens. With that being said, number 4, Mr. Chess himself, Grandmaster.
Ooh. Grandmaster, I'm going to have a lot of trouble putting at 5. So you probably forked me here to use a chess term. We'll go 1. I play it enough that I'm comfortable with the 1. And he got a green Krackle here to match the art. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, we don't care about the Krackle. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think you're going to be happy with this because your last card is Sentinel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Sentinel can go down at 5. Totally fine with me. I'm cool.
I remember when I first started playing the game, I played so much Sentinel because I didn't have anything else to play. and it was a card that just drove me nuts. But I don't know. It's kind of a fun concept. No other card really does what it does. So,
You know what? I play this in Cerebro 3, especially the Gambit Horseman of Death Cerebro 3 version, because it gives you the created cards, so that's pretty cool. It's all right.
So we're going number 1, Grandmaster. Number 2, Aurora. Number 3, Wild Child. Number 4, Lizard. And 5, Sentinel. I think that's pretty good.
I'm cool with it. I'm down with it. To be fair to you about Sentinel, by the way, this card they push to you when you first start the game in the tutorial. They're like, hey, check out this card. It gives you another card. So I understand you playing it a lot early on.
Yes, sir.
All right, you ready for yours? Let's start with a little card I like to call Black Knight.
Black Knight.
Have you ever seen this card?
Oh gosh, yeah. I'm just thinking where I realistically want to place it, because I'm not crazy about the card, but I want to like it because it's Black Knight, and I kind of like swords.
Yeah.
But I'm not about the hammer and sword life, so I'm just gonna put it at 4.
Okay, that's cool. Black Knight at number 4. Next up, we've got your girl. Oh, look at you lifting weights, Mr. Affliction. Your girl, Armor.
Armor.
He says
like
during his arm workout.
Armor can be used for multiple different purposes. I feel like Armor's pretty functional, kind of like a middle ground card. I'm gonna go 3.
Okay. All right, you filled out the 3 and 4 slots. Next card, Hydra Stomper.
You know what? In some limited time game modes, I really like Hydra Stomper, but I don't think I like it outside of that. I'm gonna go 5.
Okay. Wow. 3, 4, 5 filled up. Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, I know. I got really good cards at 1 and 2, so just bring them on.
You're a move guy, too. I thought that'd be higher.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of movement right now with these dumbbells.
I see you working on the arms, yeah.
It's a bit. I'm working on this bit.
All right. Bastion.
Bastion. What a good question, Bastion. You know what? 2.
All right. Bastion in a 2. And your final card, this is your number 1. I don't know if you've owned this card, so let's see. Namora.
Fin Fang Foom.
No, not Fin Fang Foom.
Crap, I don't have this card. I'm going to put it at a 5.
Yeah, okay. You're just going to knock your Hydra Stomper out of there? I don't think that's how it works.
I'm going to stomp it out of there.
All right.
I'll go number 1 with you, Ryan. I'll go number 1.
I think you will. I would agree with that. All right.
I don't know how I feel about my list.
I think that you didn't do a great job, but also I didn't give you a very good set of cards. So there you have it. I didn't give you anything that you absolutely adore. It's true. I just kind of randomly pulled this time around.
Yeah. Mr. Affliction, didn't do so great.
That's okay, though. We're just getting back into the swing of things. We hope that you enjoyed this little jaunt. Trevor, you have the honor of picking today's question of the week. And I just know you're going to have a great one for me. What do you got?
See this right here?
I do.
That's a hand.
Sure.
Okay, good. You see what's in the hand?
Nothing.
Nothing. But there is something. You have to use your imagination. Okay?
Yeah.
Are you following?
I'm following, man.
Pretend that there is one card from Marvel Snap in this hand.
Okay.
I want you to grab onto that card and throw it out of the whole entire game. And it can never exist again. But I don't want you to take this from the perspective of it's a card that you never play and you find no use in it. What card in Marvel Snap would you love to see just being removed from the game because you can't stand when it's played against you because it is so juicy and so beefy and so good, like a Doritos Fritos burrito from Taco Bell?
Oh man. I have an answer that first popped into my head here. It was like some combination of either Cosmo or Enchantress, but I'm throwing those both out because the answer came to me, and it is a card that doesn't see as much play anymore, but I hate with a fiery passion. It's Scream. I hate Scream, man.
You got to do the thing.
Goodbye. Scream, get out of here. I hate my cards being moved around. It's my least favorite thing in the game. So,
look, I'm Scream right now.
Oh man, you are on one, my friend. What about you? What are you Gambit chucking like a quesarito out of here?
You see the card? You know what card this is? Do you have any guesses?
Oh yeah, it's definitely Onslaught.
Arnim Zola! Bye-bye.
Oh, that's a good one. I'll be honest.
I got a second hot take. Wong!
I was close with Onslaught. Wong, best friends with Onslaught. Yeah.
But Arnim Zola gotta go, man. I can't stand it. It just feels like the most boring way to play the game.
You know me, I'm an Arnim Zola man myself, but it's just because I love the Nimrod. I love the negative. I like building my sandcastles, and it's just how it goes.
Building your sandcastle? What does that even mean?
I like playing decks that are essentially like Solitaire. I like building a giant, crazy, stupid win con, and I hate when you tear them down with things like Scream and Cosmo and Enchantress. So I like Arnim Zola because I enjoy building something gigantic and duplicating it and winning the game off of it. You build a sandcastle.
What was the creator? Sorry. What was the creator of the Pokemon that's a sandcastle and a ghost on when he invented that Pokemon? It's literally a sandcastle ghost.
I'll be honest, I have no idea what Pokemon you're talking about.
I'll send it to you later. Anyway,
All right.
Continue.
That's it, man. That's my answer. That's your answer. That is our question of the week. And by the way, in the comments down below, let us know what card would you remove? Yeet. Toss like a cheesy chalupa slider out of Marvel Snap. Just like Trevor's doing right there. Let us know down in the comments. We'd love to hear your answers. And Trevor, that brings us to the end of another fateful episode of Snap Crackle Pod. Who knows? With the way we're going, maybe the last one ever. I don't think so, but maybe. Trevor, thanks so much, man. I'm not even going to ask you for non-Marvel Snap advice this week because I think you've given us so much already, and I would hate to ask more of you. I think that you've afflicted us all with just your particular brand of Trevor today.
Yeah, apparently I was on one. You know, Michael Jordan had his flu game. Shout out Michael Jordan for episode 23. This was my flu game, baby. I think this is my best performance out of 23 episodes. You know, I just need a little bit of rest. I'm back there dunking from half court. I don't know. I got my shot. I think it was pretty good.
Yes, I have to agree with you. You absolutely crushed it. By the way, congratulations to you on your marathon. Amazing. I'm inspired by you. On a serious note, I could never run a marathon. So, big ups.
Don't say never. You could run a marathon if you really try.
Trevor, I'm on the wrong side of 35, my friend. I'm donezo.
I don't know. I ran next to a guy. He was 56 and he was on his 42nd marathon. So
you're saying he had a little bit of a head start on me? considering I've run 0.
Hey, yo, check this out. You see this palm right here?
Yeah.
You see what's there?
Mm-hmm. It's
It's
Quicksilver.
you.
Yeah.
It's you.
Trevor, why don't you do me a favor and fly yourself off to space?
I forget how to do that.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Hey, chat GPT, chat GPT. How do I fly off to space? You put your arms up and you fly.
Welcome back, everybody. Snap Crackle Pod. We'll be back at some point in the future. Who knows?
EBD, that's all, folks.
Oh, Trevi. It's been too long.
I'm sorry. It wasn't even worth it because my stinking elo in chess is like 300, which is great considering I started off at 100. I'm just so good at chess, man.
What's a good elo in chess? A good elo in chess depends on whether you're playing casually or competitively, but generally an online rating of 1200 to 1400 represents a solid intermediate player, while 1500 to 1600 is considered good or advanced.
I bought a book on chess.
Chess for beginners?
Guys, you were about to say dummies.
But I didn't. Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, as my 6th grade math teacher used to tell us.
You ever seen Monty Python?
Of course. You've got some real formative comedy from the Monty Python School of Comedy.
Never.
Yeah, okay. You're about 2 seconds away from going, nee! So.
Yeah. Yeah, I was honestly about to do that. So.
I know you were, I can tell.
Bring out your dad. I'm not dead yet.
Good pod.
Oh, good night, Mr. Affliction.